So guys, I thought I'd hop back on the charts just to give you a bit of an update on Hex and some other pairs we're looking at. When we do go into the new year, I'm going to be filming a video in the office with a webcam and everything like that, so I can bring you guys high quality content. But for now, I just want to keep you guys updated on the markets. As I said, we really want to wait until the new year, new liquidity to be looking to get into trades. We're also going to be trying to bring you guys some forex content. Just one of the trades, I'm practicing my strategies to bring you guys today. One of the trades we were looking at on GPUSD was we saw a reaction from our POI. We drew out our fixed range tool. If you've been with me for a while, you know we love the fixed range tool. Incredible, incredible, incredible tool. Drew out from all the way back here, and then we looked for a reaction away. We saw a intent made. An intent is when the market shows its hands. It shows which direction it wants to take the market. As you can see, long consolidation and then a big move to the downside, showing us that we really want to see downside movement. Drew out a little trend line, not that it means much, I don't use trend lines much, but it's also a good idea to have an idea of where the wedge is or what retail traders are trading. As often you'll see price try and fake out these retail traders. As you can see, we're going above the trend line quite a lot, trying to fake out the retail traders. But it did play off it quite nicely, to be honest. Came back up into this order zone up here where we took our trade, and there was another trade we could have taken off the reaction here. And as you can see, reacting off the highest volume is always really good. And what we were trying to aim for was this point of highest volume down here, another consolidation, drawing out the fixed range and looking for reaction off that. As you can see, we pushed through, came back up, tested it before we went lower. I know a lot of you guys won't understand this, and especially if you've just minted your DystoApe, you'll be like, what is this guy talking about? Was also this fixed range stuff, why are we looking at Forex? I want to bring you guys, I want to teach you guys how to trade your market, the markets yourself. Obviously, I'm going to be still making calls, I'm still telling you where to get in, where to get out, not financial advice, do your own research. But I do want you guys to be able to make your own informed decisions on the market, and I want to help you do that. And the best place to learn trading is Forex. That's why I try and show you guys Forex. If you can understand trading Forex, you can understand trading crypto with ease. Crypto is 1,000 times easier than Forex. It's so simple. But I will hop back over into the crypto markets because I know that's what most of you are looking at. Hex USDC returning back down to our order zone. One thing you need to understand, I'm not sure if you guys have watched the video I put in chat. Really good video by Crash Trading, Alex here. So he's a massive hexagon. He's been bullish on Hex for a really long time. Hex, if you don't know, is one of the first staking coins. It offers a 40% APY, which is really stable, and that's why a lot of whales are invested in it. Really simple staking mechanics. The more people that stake, the higher the price as liquidity is locked up. The less people that stake, the higher the return for the stakers, as there's less people staking and the return is shared amongst a fewer amount of people, a smaller amount of people. So we knew that we knew the sacrifice phase was coming before January. If you don't know what the sacrifice phase is, the creator of Hex, oh god, Richard Hart, something like that. Let's try to look him up quickly. Richard? Yeah, Richard Hart. There we go. Oh, great memory. So Richard Hart is the founder of Hex, and he's also the founder of Pulse Chain and Pulse X. So the Pulse, I think it's the Pulse Chain, or Pulse X, sorry, the Pulse X sacrifice phase happened. We had a Pulse Chain sacrifice all the way back here, which caused a pump. And we knew that the sacrifice was coming, so I called out to you guys, this is our order block zone, this is the point of entry that we want to look to get into orders. So I entered a trade here, called out a trade here, and we saw an instant 15% pump, which is nice. So on the sacrifice is usually where you get the day of the sacrifice, you get a really big pump. That's all the people that are FOMOing, that are thinking, wow, I need to sacrifice right away. What a sacrifice is, for those that don't know, your Hex tokens, let's say you have 1,000 Hex tokens. Each $1 of Hex, you can sacrifice it, you can burn it, it's gone forever, decreases the supply, and in return you get 10,000 Pulse X. Richard Hart is an absolute genius. He has these 3 different coins, his Pulse Chain, Pulse X, Hex, and what he does is he tries to make you burn Hex in order to reward you with Pulse Chain and Pulse X, which increases the supply of Pulse Chain and Pulse X, but Pulse Chain or Pulse X offer more utility than Hex, and he does this to decrease the Hex supply in order to reward the people that have been staking from early on. It's quite clever. He's a really smart guy, and he's always thinking of nifty ideas to make Hex better, basically. And Hex really is an amazing token. I'm a big fan of it. So we saw this 15% pump, and then we saw a consolidation away from our zone we marked up here, and a movement back down into our order region. Now that we're returning back down into the order region, we want to see how price reacts to our invalidation points down here. I would recommend most of you to get out of this trade. If you didn't take profits up here, then I would recommend you to get out at around about a 6% loss. The only reason I say that is because we have, usually the sacrifice phase is really small. Usually you have a few days to sacrifice. Richard Hart actually announced that you would have until January 10th, I believe, to sacrifice. The announcement should be somewhere here. Polygon got hacked, didn't it? That's kind of crazy. Should be, bloody hell, he's been tweeting a lot. Right, for fuck's sake. There we go. Is that it? No. Okay, well, I know that it's January 10th. That's all you need to know. So you have until January 10th to sacrifice. So what this means is that all the people that FOMO'd in and sacrificed right away are likely going to be losing out. As you'll see, the big whales, when they want to buy before the sacrifice phase, they understand they have until January 10th. They understand that they have 10 days to buy their tokens. They're not going to fucking put 100 Ethereum into Hex and pump the price up and do it that way. That's not how they work. They will try and suppress price as best as they can. They'll try and form a consolidation, maybe return to previous orders. They'll try and keep price low so they can buy. And as we approach that January 10th date, you'll start to see highs being taken. You'll start to see some big movement in the market. But I expect for the next few days, we'll likely consolidate and look for a better entry on Hex. At the moment, we are at something that I marked out as an entry, but just because we have until January 10th to enter, until the sacrifice phase is over, I believe in the next few days we'll likely see a break liquidity grab to this downside and maybe return back down to these orders down here. If we look to return to these orders down here, I'll definitely be looking to get into a trade. If we look to return to our golden zone, which if you've been following me for a while, this is a zone that I would take a trade on from Hex. Anytime Hex went into this zone, I would take a trade because it's such an incredible order zone. This is where the whales have bought most of their tokens. This is where I have bought most of my tokens as well. Hex hasn't come down here for a while. It came out down here at the start of December when I just started the alpha zone. So if you were with me right from the start, you would have been getting into Hex here. Up around about 200%, I would expect, near 200%. But yeah, I'll look to keep you guys updated on Hex and give you guys the best point of orders, as at the moment, I believe Hex to be the highest conviction play in the markets that we have. Ethereum market's not actually looking too strong at the moment. As you can see, we're coming down to test this leverage squeeze. This is the bottom of the leverage squeeze. We're coming down to test it. So the Ethereum markets are not quite set yet to take off. They're not ready to go yet. So don't go throwing your money at a load of projects thinking, okay, cool, January is going to be the fucking bull month. We're going to blow off top. It's going to go crazy. Because that is not what the technicals are telling us is going to happen. Yes, I do think January will be very bullish, although I've said that. I think what we're doing right here is we're just trying to mitigate the last little bit of this leverage squeeze. I don't think we're going to take the low. We just want to mitigate the last little bit, try and get as low as we can, as close to this bottom as we can before we take off. I think from a leverage perspective, I'm going to be looking to get into Ethereum buys very soon. Just because I believe January is going to be a really strong month for crypto. But as it stands at the moment, for those that are looking to get into trades, just because on January 10th we know that we have the that last date of the sacrifice, you really need to build a thesis around your trades. You need to say, cool, the technicals are lining up, but why do I want to take a buy here? And we have the reasoning in Hex in that on January 10th is the last day of the sacrifice. We know that whales are going to build up a shit ton of Hex before January 10th. They're going to let price pump all the way up, and then they're going to sacrifice their tokens, or they're going to take profits and then sacrifice half. Maybe take profits on half their tokens, sacrifice half their tokens. That's what I would do if I was a whale, and that's what I am doing, to be honest. All of my buys down here, I'm likely going to take about half, 3/4 of profits, just because it's going to be like, if we do make an all-time high, 75 cents is what we're aiming for. That's a 500% gain for me. So I'm going to be taking a large amount of profits, and then I can also sacrifice those into pulse chain tokens as well. The reason why the sacrifice is so cool is because Richard Hart's projects usually do very well. He's really well respected in the space. Produces amazing projects such as Hex. So Pulse Chain, Pulse. There we go. Where's pulsex.com? Right, okay. Pulsex.info, maybe that's the website. Pulsex Sacrifice, there you go. So yeah, so he produces amazing projects, and the way that he does it is that people that hold Hex, you're essentially getting into the IDO stage of Pulse Chain and PulseX. By having your Hex, you burning your Hex and getting Pulse Chain in return, that's how he's rewarding the early investors. You don't become an early investor in Pulse Chain by being a VC. Although I'm sure they do have VC funding. You can also become an early investor just by holding Hex, which is Richard Hart's love child. It's his favourite project. And he really wants to reward Hex holders and keep bringing them utility. So I think it's going to be a great idea for me to take most of my profits on Hex and then rotate, sacrifice the rest and rotate that over into Pulse Chain and see how that does, just as an investment. But as I said, I'll be bringing you guys more trade setups on Hex. This trade setup was super easy, 15% pump, and then we're returning down to orders. As I said, the next few days are likely going to be rocky with Hex. We could return down to here. When I start seeing a bullish formation form, I will tell you guys straight away. I'll tell you guys where my entry is going to be because I will be entering this pair again. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. And I think there's something else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, MCC. MCC doing really well. As you know, we're getting an MCC. This is why you need a thesis in the markets. So the MCC thesis all the way back down here, V1 and V2 of MCC completely got hacked and failed. So everyone from V3 got airdropped their V1 and V2 tokens. You have to understand, if you're getting airdropped your tokens from V1 and V2, you lost all your fucking money in V1, V2. This is your chance to get out of the project. So as you see, we saw a pump on MCC because it's an incredible project, and then as soon as the claim site went live, the claim site is where people that are airdrop tokens are eligible to claim their tokens. So this is when the people start getting airdrop their tokens. As you can see, massive paper hands. They're really scared because all their money was locked up in this project. They're thinking, let me just get the fuck out of this project, and they sold. And we understood as traders that this is just going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. I was calling to all of you guys who were in the alpha zone right back in the start of December. This is one of our best plays. I was saying, buy the dip. This is a great price for MCC. The project is amazing. The team is amazing. Just because people have been airdrop tokens and are dumping them does not mean that you should be fearful. You should be greedy when others are fearful, and that's what we were. I know JL specifically bought right at the bottom. I was buying more of these sort of regions down here when price had shown a base and double bottom and was showing a willingness to go to the upside. And just having a thesis on the market is so important because, as you can see, we're currently up from that low down here. We're up around about 400, almost 500%, which is incredible. MCC have got some big things coming in the future. I really do believe in the project. The reason I believe in it so much, you can say, well, MCC is a yield farming token. There are loads of yield farming tokens out there. Why is MCC so special? First mover advantage is all I have to say to you. The first mover in any market has, especially the crypto markets, has such a big advantage. Just because of its name in the space, how it's respected, the liquidity will flow towards it. It's just how it works. People invest in the first mover. Some other examples of first movers would be Wool. Wool is one of the first movers in the GameFi space. Obviously, Wolf Game got hugely overhyped, so we did see, as is healthy with the markets, we did see a massive dump. But as you see, Wool, I was calling out, I was telling people I was buying it because I think this bottom is a very clear bottom basing out to me. So I was calling buys back here, and all the way from the buys we're already up around about 70-80%, almost 100% right at the top. So Wool, as I said, first mover advantage is just going to do very well. What's another first mover that I can think of? Olympus DAO. I'm not sure if they have it on here. I think they do actually. The DAI chart is way better to look at for Olympus DAO because obviously that's the token they're trading into. Olympus DAO, first mover in the space, at a really good buy point right now, by the way. Okay, didn't load for a second. Really good buy point right now. As you can see, Olympus DAO really healthy because it's a first mover, and the liquidity that goes into it because it's a first mover is massive. People, the big whales, they put their money into the first movers because the first movers do well. Why do the first movers do well? Because the whales put their money in there. It's literally like a cycle. Olympus, by the way, I know I've gone over this a load of times, but some of you that are new might not know. If you want to see the easiest trading pair that has ever existed in the history of any market ever, you take a rectangle, you draw it out on it. Why can't I draw it out? Okay, because I have to use a line then. What? What the fuck? Alright. For fuck's sake. I don't know what's fucking with me. But basically, anywhere below this line, you buy. Anywhere above this line, you sell. Oh my god, why is it fucking with me? Olympus is quite literally the simplest market to trade ever. Okay, I'm going to have to hold this still because it's really fucking with me. But yeah, you buy below here, you sell up here. That's all Olympus does. It just ping pongs between these regions. Super simple, really nice to trade. And as I said to you guys as well, Olympus is actually approaching our buy point. The thesis we had for Olympus is whenever it's below this line, the lows get respected, low respected, low respected, low respected, low respected. We do not see lows get taken below this line. So according to our thesis, this low should not be taken, and we will be looking to get into buys soon on Olympus. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll bring you guys a much more in-depth video on all the markets once I've moved into the office and can bring you guys high quality content. But just going into the new year, obviously I'm going to be going out tonight, so I can't update you guys like right as we go into the new year. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on the markets, especially on Hex, as I believe Hex is going to be our highest conviction play going into the new year, especially towards January 10th. We have a thesis for it, we have a date, we have fundamentals driving it, and that's what we want. We want as traders in order to make safe profits. So I hope you guys are all enjoying your DystoApez. We have our reveal coming very soon. The floor went absolutely nuts yesterday, and then we had bots in the public sale, and these bots just do not care about our floor and started dumping fucking NFTs for like 0.2 Ethereum, which is really annoying, but what can you do? Once we reveal and people see the artwork and they see the utility we're bringing you guys, we know the floor will pump. I mean, just alone, all this crypto analysis is worth a lot. It's really good stuff that I'm bringing you, and it's only getting better in the new year. I know Absolute's got some fire cooking up as well. All the utility we're bringing you as well is going to be absolutely insane. We're working really closely with other projects to bring you guys the best quality content that we possibly can. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little update on the markets, and I'll see you tomorrow for a big new update video in the office. See you later.